Hello guys! Welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to discuss mathematics for grade 4. So our topic is all about drawing angles. So let's begin with. So when we say drawing angles, it means creating a visual representation of an angle using tools like a protractor, ruler, or compass, typically on a paper or a digital platform. An angle is formed by two rays and or line segments that share a common endpoint called the vertex. So that is the meaning of drawing angles. And next, so we have a short activity here. So we're going to draw an example of the angles. So here we have three. Ayan. We have acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. So yan yung mga activity na gagawin natin before we proceed to our subject, which is mathematics for, ayan. So here is our main topic, the geometry and number sense. So when we say geometry, it is the branch of mathematics that deals with shapes, sizes, positions, angles, and spaces. While when we say number sense, it means understanding how number works, what they represent, and how to use them flexibly and confidently. So here we also have our learning competencies. So by the end of the quarter, the learners are able to, number 1, illustrate the different angles, right, acute, and obtuse using models, and measure and draw angles using a protractor. So what you will able to do is that we are going to recognize the different angles in our environment. For example, the windows, the road signs, and the books. Also, we are able to learn how to use tools to draw and measure them accurately and explain why an angle is acute, right, or obtuse. So let's proceed with the drawing of angles. So drawing angles means creating a shape formed by two lines or rays that meet a point called vertex with a specific amount of space measured in degrees between them. And we can usually use a protractor, which is a tool shaped like a half of circle, to draw angles accurately. So here I have different examples. Dito, I will read something for you. So Daisy is a very diligent pupil. She makes a Saturday schedule to keep herself on track of the things she needs to do. She posts this schedule on her board. So here, we have here snack time. So snack time daw niya here. And then here is yung kanyang cleanup time and study time. So Daisy is a student who is very diligent, which means she is hardworking, responsible, and organized. So to stay organized daw, she makes a schedule for her Saturday, which is a plan that shows that make tasks or activities she needs to do and when. She then posts the schedule on her board, probably somewhere she can see it easily, like on a wall, corkboard, or whiteboard, to remind herself of her plan for the day. So what is that? Why is it important? Because it shows good management, it helps her stay focused and productive, and also it's a way of being self-disciplined and avoiding distractions. So next here, we have here the example. So, ito yung kanyang snack time, cleanup time, and study time. So, can you read the time indicated on each face of the clock? Can you name the kind of angle shown by the hands of the clock? So here you can see 8:50 a.m. she will take a snack, and 9 o'clock a.m. she will prepare her books and other school materials, and then 9:10 a.m. she will start studying. So that is her routine. Next, if you observe the position of the hands of the clock, the hands form an angle. So what is an angle? An angle is a figure formed by two rays that share a common endpoint. The common endpoint is called the vertex, while the two rays are the sides of the angle. So as you can see, this is the examples. That is the two side, the angle and the vertex. So you can see the difference. And then next, we have here the angles are measured by degrees or in degrees. It is used to describe the amount of rotation or separation between the two rays or sides of the angles. So here, Daisy takes her snack at 8:50 a.m. The hands of the clock form an angle that is less than 90 degrees, and this angle is called acute angle. While the other one, Daisy prepares her book and other school materials at 9 o'clock a.m. The hands of the clock form a 90-degree angle. This is called a right angle. And then lastly, she starts studying at 9:10 a.m. The hands of the clock form an angle greater than 90 degrees. So this is an obtuse angle. So in summary, if we have less than 90 degrees, that is what we call acute angle. If it is exactly 90-degree angle, that is right angle. If it is greater than 90-degree angle, that is obtuse angle. So that's it. Now here, you will see the different types of angles. So here, beginning, we have the acute angle. It measures less than 90 degree. Less than 90 degree. And then next, we have the right angle, which measures exactly 90 degree. And then next one, we have here the obtuse angle. It measures greater than the 90 degree, but less than 180 degree. And also, we have here the straight angle, which measures exactly 180 degree. And lastly, we have the reflex angle, which is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. So here we have 5 types of angles. To begin with, we have acute angle, next right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, and the reflex angle. When we say straight angle, less than 90 degree. Right angle is exactly 90 degree. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. And for the straight angle, we have exactly 180 degree angle. And the last one, the reflex angle, is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. Now let's proceed with the protractor. So what is the protractor? A protractor is a tool that is used for measuring and drawing an angle, and it is divided into 180 equal parts, each measuring 1 degree. So here you can see the picture of the protractor. So here it has different parts. So protractor is also used for measuring angles and drawing angles. So here we have the outer scale. That is the outer scale. Next one, this is the baseline. And next one, we have the origin, the center part. And the other one is the inner scale. So that is the inner scale, the second number inside the protractor, while the outer scale is the first number outside the protractor. So a protractor is shaped like a half circle. It is divided into 180 equal parts. So the full scale goes from 0 to 180 scale. So same po sila ng measurement ni outer scale at inner scale from 0 to 180. Now, let's proceed to the measuring of an angle. So here are the steps on how to use the protractor to measure an angle. So here's the picture. First one, find the baseline of the protractor and place it on the top of the ray. And then, that's it. So adjust the protractor's origin so that it is over the angle's vertex. So what it means, when you're using your protractor to measure or draw an angle, you need to start placing it correctly. So here, the origin of the protractor is a small center hole or the point of the middle of the straight baseline, and the vertex is the point where the two rays or sides of the angle meet. So that is the vertex. And next, here are the step number 3. So then read the measurement of the angle. So here, use the inner scale when the angle opens the right of the vertex. And then, so you can see that is the inner scale. And then use the outer scale when the angles open to the left of the vertex. So that's it. And then that is the outer. So what does it mean? On a protractor, there are two sets of number scales. We have the inner scale and the outer scale. So which scale you use depends on which side of the angles open from the vertex. So first, you're going to look at the direction of the angles. If it is right or left. If it goes right, you're going to use the inner scale. If it goes left, you can use the outer scale. Next, we're going to find where the other rays crosses the protractor's curved edge and read the number on the correct scaling. So why is this important? Because the protractor has two scales going in opposite direction. Choosing the right scale helps you get the correct angle measurement. If you pick the wrong scale, your answer might be in the wrong angle size. And next, for the step number 4, you're going to find the measurement of the angle by determining where the second ray meets on the correct scale. You may meet or have to extend the line of the second ray in order to determine the measurement. So that's this one. That is the inner scale there. So here, the second ray is the other side of the angle besides the baseline where to place the protractor. And to measure the angle, you need to see where the second ray crosses the curved edge of the protractor. So why is this important? Sometimes the angle is narrow or the ray is short, so extending it helps you get an accurate reading. Measuring at the right spot ensures your angle measurement is precise. So exactly. And next, for the second one, we're going to drawing an angle using a 50-degree angle. So for the first step, you're going to draw a ray, preferably a horizontal ray, using the straight edge of the protractor or a ruler. So we're going to mark the starting point on the left side. So this will be the vertex of the angle by drawing it. And then next one. second step, we are going to place the origin of the protractor to the end point of the ray. This will be the vertex of the angle. So you're going to take your protractor and find the origin, the small hole or the center mark at the bottom middle of the protractor. You're going to place this origin exactly on the end point, starting point of the ray you just drew, and this point is the vertex of your angle where both rays will meet. So that is the second step. And for the third step, we're going to look for the angle of the protractor and mark the measurement with a small dot at the edge of the protractor. So with this, with the origin of the protractor still on the vertex, we're going to look at the scale of the protractor. We're going to find the 50 degree on the correct scale, or usually the inner scale. If your ray is horizontal and the angles opens upward to the right, ayan, and at 50 degree, make a small dot right on the edge of the protractor. So that is for the step 3. And next, we're going to move on to the fourth step. So we're going to connect the dot of the vertex using the side of the protractor or a ruler. So that's it. So you're going to take your ruler or use the straight edge of the protractor. Take a straight line from the vertex or the starting point of your first ray to the dot you mark at 50 degree, and this line is the second ray of your angle. So that is the fourth step of your angle. So here, you'll be going to have an assessment. So for the week 1 activity, so you're going to look at each given angle carefully and decide what type of angle it is based on its size. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to write the correct name. If it is acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, or reflex angle, and the space provided to each of the angle. And for your assignment, you're going to have an assignment. So you're going to answer this in your notebook. So how can you describe and draw the triangles and quadrilaterals based on their sides and angles? So you're going to describe the triangles and quadrilateral by looking at their sides and angles. Also, you're going to draw an example of the different types of triangles and quadrilaterals based on their sides and angles, and also you're going to label each shape with the type of triangle or quadrilateral it is. For example, if you're going to describe the triangle and quadrilateral, for the side you're going to think whether they are equal or different in length, while for the angles you're going to think about whether they are acute, right, or obtuse. And for drawing the examples, you're going to draw an equilateral triangle on all sides if it is equal, and a right triangle on the angle is 90 degree. And then you're going to draw a square, all sides are equal and all are right angles, and if it is rectangle, you're going to draw it equal and all right angles. So that's it for the examples and how to make your assignment. So here we have here also the rubrics, ideas, organization, and conventions of your assignment rubric for this assignment. Okay, so that is all for our lesson for today. I hope you understand our lesson about, our lesson about geometry and number sense on our subtopic with drawing the angles. I hope you enjoy our class. See you again on our next vlog lesson. Thank you for watching. I hope you learn a lot. Goodbye. God bless everyone. See you again on our next class. Goodbye.